All right, everyone, now you have a legal suit against the Nashville police. They've been covering up now for the Audrey Hale manifesto now for a month, and people have become a little bit tired of waiting for seeing this manifesto, which probably includes hints about the motive behind the shooting in Nashville, of course, at the Covenant School. Audrey Hale, former student, transgendered, went in and shot a bunch of people. The cops, unlike in Uvalde, thankfully, did act quickly and get rid of Audrey Hale, so congrats to them. But people are starting to get suspicious about why it's been so long and they're not releasing the manifesto. Now they've come out and given an explanation, which is, well, it's pertinent to litigation. So, we're suing someone or bringing charges, and somehow the manifesto of a dead person is pertinent to that. Now, here's the thing. If you're going to claim that a potential piece of evidence pertinent to a different case is not able to be released to the public, they do have a rule about that apparently in Nashville. That's fine. You should at least tell people basically what litigation you're talking about and how the relevancy of that otherwise very relevant manifesto is higher for that case than it is for public knowledge with regards to the shooter. That's number one. Number two, though, I have a feeling I know what that litigation is. Assuming that it exists at all and this isn't just a naked cover-up for some political reason, it could have to do with Audrey Hale in the manifesto talking about, oh, the 3 times in the last month that the police, fucked with me or something, so they should have known that Hale was deranged, and the public will ask questions, and right now they're being praised for their quick response, but that praise turns sour. That could be the reason. I have a feeling it's about the school itself. The school was not targeted randomly. We know that. We can establish that based on the fact that it was a former student. It was probably therefore related in some way to a grievance with the school. It could be related to abuse claims, therefore, at the Covenant School. If this is not a cover-up, then it probably has to do with an investigation into physical or sexual abuse claims of some sort. That would be pertinent, but the Nashville PD should at least explain that that's the case. Hey, no, this manifesto is from a former student. We're looking into the school for one reason or another, and so we can't release it right now. Well, at least you've given an explanation. They're not doing that. Also, they might want to stonewall their own investigative process as long as possible. You see, if you look into abuse claims at a school that just got shot up by a former student who was woke, it's not going to look very good, especially to the constituency of a place like Tennessee. They're not going to be very happy. Hey, these Christians got shot up by this moron, this leftoid, crazy person, and the first thing you do is you sue the school over abuse claims. It's almost like you're justifying the shooting. Oh boy, what a media circus that would be. So I have a feeling that could very well be the reason, the motive, wink wink, behind why they're not releasing the manifesto. I would like to see it. It seems most of the time we get the manifestos right quick, don't we? Why is it that this one, weeks and weeks later, you still have absolutely nothing? The police won't even respond to basic questions about the gist of what's in it. Hey, did Audrey Hale have a grievance with the school? The answer is probably yes. Again, the location was not randomly chosen. It would be a real stretch, a true act of lunacy. Hey, I forgot which school I went to and just went to the first one that I saw. Oh, how convenient. It happens to be my old school. Hey, principal, boom, boom. That's not likely. It smacks of a cover-up for one purpose or another, not necessarily litigation related. Can I please at least know what the litigation is? I would think that the families of the victims, who are still likely grieving at this time, wouldn't you think they would like that? Well, maybe it's to SHIB, to protect them. Maybe there's crazy shit in it about the students at the school are assholes or something like that. Okay, that's fine, but the public does have a right to know, because this is a national case. This was a major event. It got spun instantaneously by everyone as either an attack on Christendom, by a deranged leftoid, a transgendered leftist, or as another act of heinous gun violence. Obviously, Audrey Hale was a member of the NRA. That's the insinuation. When you have a story that's blown up in the national news, and even international news to an extent, then it becomes in the public's interest to know which narrative is closest to reality. I have a feeling, again, it's a grievance with the school. It may be religion related, but we're not 100% sure. It could be because of generic abuse claims or something. But again, the police wouldn't want to release that too quick after the shooting because it'll look like they're attacking the Christian school on behalf of the person who shot them up. Again, that's the most likely reason behind this. But we can't know because the Nashville police won't give us a hint. They won't even tell us what litigation it's pertinent to. 9-to-1 odds says it's abuse claims or something similar. I mean, it could be related to the parents, I suppose. The manifesto is full of "I hate you, Dad," basically, or say, okay, that's possible. Because of the actual shooting and its location, when Hale would have been able to kill any relative or friend, knowing where they live, etc., beforehand, but that's not likely. So maybe they're trying to shield the public from the inconvenient truth. It'd be inconvenient, I think, for leftoids who want to blame the AR-15. I don't even think, was it an AR-15 that Hale used, or was it a different similar gun? A military-style, automatic, fully semi-automatic assault weapon. The whole case is, at this point, stinks to high hell. The police should give a general explanation. At the very least, I mean, you're being sued, so you're probably not going to hide it for very long. Fuck your case. If there's a case against the school, the piece of evidence existing, being on hand for you, I mean, it's not nullified by the fact that you've alerted the public to the contents. Whether it's a scan of the manifesto or whether you just give a sum up about what was said is irrelevant to an ongoing abuse case. If it points that out or something against Audrey Hale's parents, that doesn't nullify the evidence simply because you put it out to the public. The reason for that rule is if you're looking into a crime, let's say there's like potentially 3 or 4 accomplices or something, and you put out the killer's manifesto and it names the accomplices or talks about places they met up or something, you might tip off the accomplices to avoid their usual gathering place or to, dump the body in acid real quick or something. That makes sense. That's perfectly fine. Are you claiming that this is part of, I don't know, a wider criminal network? Because the school obviously is not going to haul off and start abusing more people because of the manifesto being released. Hale's parents, if they're implicated, or a friend or something like that, they're not going to flee the country because of that. I'm assuming that if there's ongoing potential litigation, you're keeping tabs on these people. So what's the problem? The public has a right to know. You turned it into a major news story, the legacy media did. And decided to speculate in 5 or 6 different directions about motive, about the situation. A lot of coffin writers taking the advantage to blame the NRA, etc. The FUDs, the shotgun FUDs, with their orange caps and duck hunting season and shit. And they took the opportunity to for political reasons, construe and analyze the story in a bunch of different ways. When you therefore have a massive national conversation with public policy ramifications, it shouldn't be left up to the Nashville PD to decide to cover up the content. The public has the right to know what the fuck is in the manifesto. Do we even know how long it is? Probably not. That's about all. Peace out.